serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in a cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't me murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call an ambulance. That shit go right, left, right, left. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. Ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that shit go. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go.
B-Raw, wanna go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting checked from my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? With anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them, we nothing like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go left.
Nah, for real though.
Right. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right.
Look at this John.
Really that nigga, truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. One West world, this global business.
Hold on, let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now fit it. Can't control, this the highest limit. Killer shit, but this an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we coming, better clear the entrance. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Overtime, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the tents. 1-on-1, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better get a glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Press the brakes, I ain't never liked. Whole time I was taking risks. They don't play with me cause they know I'm nice. Round form, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to bargain. You on watch, better move with caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. No error, this shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't worth it, better keep walking. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rivals. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rivals. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter, that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. Bars all, I'm the one to do it. I roll on ace like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I stomp it, better play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never noticed, you ain't never focused. I was really waiting, I was really training. Sick and tired of being patient. I ain't never doubted. This was in the making. Use what I got, not in the wasted. For rapping and singing, could never drink it. But I'm from the bottom, so I gotta make it. This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning. Got a vision, I planned it out. Try to stop me, but I kept going. I study plays, now I'm in the game, and it's all the same, but I had to change. You'll never crash if you in your lane. I could take the loss, cause it's all a game.
Yo, what Casamigos mean in English? Drunk.
All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed.
What's the link for?
It's the new. Let me get this joint. Right.
Really that nigga. Truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. Westworld, this global business.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now fit it. Can't control, this the highest limit. Killing shit, but this an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension.
That means you two sisters next time, all right? It's okay. You didn't know. Have a seat, Aki. Clap it up. Clap it up. Señale un aplauso. Let's get it on. Bienvenido. Mi nombre es General MAHAYAMAN. Estoy al servicio de el General Johanna. Estoy aquí y estoy listo para trabajar. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 West Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando del General Johanna. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombre español, negro, indio, nativo, tú eres Israel. El pueblo elegido de Dios, tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pensando. All right, let's get it on. Aquí más tú preguntas. I'll take all of your questions in the room and online. I'll introduce the brothers whenever you're ready, Ephraim. Sir. All right. Oh, you ready? No sign Christ. Since we're back in Harlem, let's have a drink tonight, Akim. We can celebrate tonight. We're here in Harlem, in Jerusalem. Give Yerushalayim a hand. No sign Christ. Clap it up. All right. Who do we have, Ephraim? We got Milwaukee with us. Milwaukee. Give Milwaukee a hand. I see you, Milwaukee. You got it, brother. We got Montreal with us. Montreal up north. Give him a hand. We got Virginia here with us. Virginia, VA. Give him a hand, Akim. We got Killeen, Texas. Killeen, Texas. Big Texas. Give him a hand. We got Florida here with us. Oh, Gator Bait down there in Florida. Give him a hand. Chicago joining us. Chi-Town. Give Chi-Town a hand, Akim. Good to see you, Akim. Oh, where moi?
Yeah, Bashim Shirakata.
Exceptional. Give him a hand. Give ISUPK France a hand. Well done, Akim. All right. We got questions. And we have South Carolina joining. Oh, South Carolina. Good to see you, Akim. Oh, Baltimore just joined. Be more. Give me more a hand. Got some questions in the chat, sir. All right, let's do them. Why not? We sitting here. Okay. Go ahead. From Officer Nwanya Allah, Shalom General Salak, if I may. Sister asked me, how did the dinosaurs get extinct? If I may get a breakdown on that, and also Romans 4:4-6. No problem, sister. I wish it was a special story that the dinosaurs went extinct, but animals are going extinct, I think, every hour. I think there's damn near no bees left already. I think your grandchildren might talk about bees and what bees were as they starve to death, because there'll also be no vegetation once bees are gone. Animals go extinct every day. Many scientists believe that dinosaurs went extinct because of the Ice Age. And of course, when even the term extinct is not exactly correct, because everything comes back. So the animals that went extinct
they had survivors that evolved into animals that could better handle the climate. So what do you have? So instead of having giant dinosaurs, now you have birds. Now you have different lizards and crocodiles and different animals that are big lizards that lay eggs, just like dinosaurs. A dinosaur was a giant reptile that laid eggs. Most of them died off, but there were different species of giant lizards that laid eggs that did survive, and they're called alligators, crocodiles, and lizards today. And they are giant reptiles that lay eggs. Different birds are the ancestors of dinosaurs, right? The Bible talks about the different animals that come out of the water. You better give me that precept. That's in Genesis. I believe it's the 5th day when the Most High speaks about the animals that come out of the water. And it's a group of animals that come out of the water, not simply fish or sea-going animals today. Whenever you have it, read it, all right? It's the 5th day, I believe, in the book of the book of Genesis, all right? Also, if you need another precept for that, you can go to the Noah's Ark, right? Many people think about, well, how did all those animals get on Noah's Ark? All those different breeds of dogs, all those different breeds of this and breeds of that. If you were to bring every species of dog on Noah's Ark, what would you need to bring on Noah's Ark? 2 wolves. That would be that, because every dog comes from a wolf. So you could have every species of dog today on that ark within the bloodline of 2 wolves, right? So imagine that now. Every species of a particular lizard could have been on Noah's Ark in representation of 2 lizards. And there are so many birds like that. When they're free in society, they grow and they evolve. You go to the Galapagos Islands, there's a lizard, an iguana on the Galapagos Islands that swims, and no other lizard swims. But these lizards are swimming lizards on the Galapagos Island. Why? Because they were stuck on that damn island. And so they learned how to swim. And so think about Noah's Ark and how many animals you could get on this ark by simply getting the foundational animal that represents those animals today on that ark, similar to wolves and dogs. Everybody gets it, right? All right, what do you have for me? These things I just said, you can just look it up. Anything else?
Okay. Genesis 1 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
So what comes out? What comes out of the water? The moving creature that hath life, all those creatures that move in the water, and birds. Birds also come out of the water. They have a common ancestry. Animals that live in the water and animals that fly through the sky. It's a very simple, similar process. Moving through the air is very similar to what you need to move through the water. Those animals have a common ancestry, animals that swim and animals that fly. Everyone understands. So, most of the dinosaurs are gone, but some dinosaurs survived, and they're alligators and crocodiles and birds. Everyone understands. Anything else? Shalom, sis. Shalom, sis. Everyone is looking lovely today. Get them on camera and see how lovely they are here in Yerushalayim. All right, go ahead.
So we got a few more questions from the zones. Montreal.
Please, Montreal.
Hey, Shalom, Adawan. Yahaba Shemir Shabrakta.
Shabrakta, good to hear from you.
To what, Adawan? With all your expertise and your kindness and your wisdom, Adawan, if I could get a breakdown, on Genesis chapter 32 and verse 32. And then my question, and with that, will be, should we eat that part as well? So,
should we be that part as well? Is that what he said, Ephraim?
I believe
sounds right. You don't have to go to Scotland for the scotch. I'll take whatever you got in the room right now. I know the brothers was. I know you want to make it fresh. They want to go to the island of Ice Isle and get it fresh from that island in Scotland. But listen, I'll take whatever you got in the room. Don't make any special trip for me. I'm just here, a little bit. Go ahead. Please, whenever you're ready, if you have it.
Genesis 32 and 32. I think he said, should we eat that?
To be eaten?
Should we eat?
Should we eat? Okay, go ahead.
Therefore, the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank.
No, that's speaking about an area where they kept that tradition. That is not a law. There are many other things in the Bible where people would do it for a time and then stop doing it because it was not a law. You can compare it today to Juneteenth. Juneteenth is something that Black people in the South, mainly in Texas, began to celebrate. It was an honorable celebration because it celebrated when they found out that slavery was over, but it's not a law. These are people in this particular area. I believe the area is up above it, where because of the Jacob fighting the angel, they stopped eating the, what do they call it? What do we call it? The gristle? What's that little part? The gristle on a bird, the gristle at the top of a bird. It's not a law. It was a tradition, but it does not have to be kept forever. You could keep it. We didn't. Everyone understands. It's because it's not a law in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Good to go? Anything else?
God. So what are the one?
No problem.
So Milwaukee asked.
Milwaukee. It's all right, Warrior. Appreciate the effort. Go on. No, not at all. Go on. You got the perfect ice cubes down here. I love to see. Somehow it makes it colder and more uniformly cold, Cesario. I still don't understand the magic behind the magic is bewildering. I don't question it. I just drink it up. That's all. Go ahead, Ephraim. From y'all Charlotte.
So we got Milwaukee.
Captain DeBar, you ready to rock?
General, can you hear us?
Please.
Officer Rapayala had a question first. If
all right. Go ahead, Rapayala, you want to get it on?
Please. Last week I was going to ask you a question out of what in John 14:9, because I know they gonna say it's 3 in 1 or 2 in 1, but it was more so talking about his likeness, but they gonna call it 2 in 1, the Christians or stuff, something like that, and they gonna call it 2 in 1. But we know that is his likeness. But how can I beat that with saying they 2 in 1?
Okay, and you want to break it down with John 14:9? Is that the one you want me to break down?
Yes.
Okay, you got it, Ephraim. Unless you wanted to read Milwaukee, it's up to you. If not, I'll let Ephraim read, all right? Go ahead.
Ephraim, he can do it. He can take it, General.
No sweat. You got it. John 14:9.
John chapter 14 and verse 9. Yahushua saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father.
I got you. So this is when Christ is questioning them. This is after he died and rose from the dead, to Zaryak right here. Yes, sir. Right. This is when he's questioning them, and Philip doesn't believe it's him, and he's saying, "Have I not been so?" I'm sorry.
When they're asking him to show them the Father.
Got you. This is before he. This is when he was walking the earth. Solid. Give me 2 verses above it. The what?
Verse 7. If ye had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye shall know him and have seen him. Verse 8. Philip saith unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us.
So this Philip was one of the 12 disciples, and he's with Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is trying to explain to him, I represent God. That's the point. I'm here with you. I represent God. A statement like that is to build your ability to have faith in what you are told to do. Why? Because men doubt what they are told to do. They doubt it. They're told to do something, and because of constantly following the wrong person, most of you follow the wrong person your entire life. Who was the first wrong person you followed? Your parents. Your parents are the first people that you, as an innocent child, went to obey them, went to do everything they did. So you smoked like them, you went to church like them, you got high like them, you had sex like them. And then as you got older, you realized, oh my God, I cannot behave like my father, like my mother, because doing what they do has destroyed my life. But at one time you were an innocent child and you obeyed your mother and father thinking this was the right thing to do, because clearly my mother and father would never lead me into a lie, lead me into drug addiction, lead me into sexual deviance, but they did. So your faith is broken around what age? 12? Sometimes 7. Sometimes by 16, you realize that you just can't listen to your mother and your father anymore. So then what happens after that? Then you go off and find a football coach or a basketball coach or a mentor. They molest you too. They hurt you too, right? Then you go and find a religion. Oh, now this, really, this is where God lives now. Oh, I'm giving my life over to Jesus. I'm giving my life over to God. You go find a church and a religion, and Eddie Long molests you too. The preacher molests you. They lie to you. They abuse you. So many of you brothers, and this is a mild one, you go find some man of God in the church and he has sex with your mother, and your mother cheats on your father with the preacher. And you try to go to church and you realize in church that it's just a disgusting place and they're here to use you, and you can't trust this priest, this bishop, this reverend, this deacon. Now your faith is broken again. Then what do you do next? You go try the streets, I guess, next, right? You go join a gang and you tattoo a gang on your arm. And what do you say? The Crips and Bloods forever. We'll never snitch on each other, right? Is that where it goes next? We'll die for this neighborhood. We would never snitch on each other. Then you're sitting in court looking across at this bastard like, whoo, Tizaya. They're up there. It's a hardcore thing. You can't even trust your co-defendants. You can't trust anyone. So then now finally, here's some man that finds you as you're fishing on a boat, finds you walking down the street, and he says, come ye and be ye fishers of men. Follow me. Sígame. Sígame, porque yo lo sigo a él. Follow me because I follow him. That's what Jesus Christ is trying to say. I represent God. When you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I'm not breaking your trust. I'm not breaking your loyalty. I'm not going to represent myself to you. I'm not telling you what I want or what I choose or what my will is. I give you the will of God. Es la voluntad de Dios. I'm giving you God's will, not mine. This is the point of this phrase. When you have seen me, you have seen the Father. I'm going to give you precepts to back it up, and you know that cover. Go ahead and read it again. Ephraim, I believe it was you, Salaki. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Philip saith unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us.
Why is he saying suffice? You can guess that. I just gave you the whole breakdown and the whole mindset of the brother right now. Show us the will of God. Show us God. That will be good enough for us. Good enough for what? That will suffice. Suffice means good enough. Show us God. That's all we need. What? Why? For us to believe in you. So you'll have to show us God because we don't believe. Our faith is weak. So you'll have to, make God appear right here, and then we can move on and follow you and all get killed, right? And all fight the Roman Empire and all lose our lives and our families and our children. Just show us God. That will suffice. And that, of course, angered Christ. It angered him. Why? Because this brother still does not have faith. As long as I've been with you, I haven't shown you God yet. You understand? As long as I've been with you, my God, were you there when I rose Lazarus from the dead? Were you there when freedom was preached unto the bond and resurrection was preached unto the dead? You weren't there. You haven't seen him yet. That's the point. And with every precept, it can become very difficult to understand the Bible without getting the point. This is the point. You've already seen him. I've already shown you all of my actions and my deeds that I've done around you should have you knowing that I follow God. Give it to me in when the disciples of John the Baptist came to Jesus Christ, and they had this same exact interaction. Are you he, or do we seek another? And then he said, Christ said, go to John and tell him this. It's the same exact dynamic. The see God is talking about the actions that Christ did. The precepts you need is the one I just pulled with John. And the main precept you'll need is he that is within you is greater than he that is in the world. All right? He that is within you is greater than he that is within the world. You need that to understand what Christ is saying. Come on, Ephraim, whatever you have quickly.
So Luke 7:19, and John calling unto him two of his disciples sent them to Yahushua, saying, art thou he that should come, or look we for another?
You get that? Are you the one that should? Now remember now, the Holy Spirit descended upon Christ as a dove. In front of them, a voice from the sky said, this is my beloved son, follow you him. John was there. John was baptizing him. His disciples were there. But the minute Christ said, this is my flesh, eat it. This is my blood, drink it. Everyone left him, including the 5,000 men that he fed with 5 loaves and 2 fish. All of them left. Over what? A breakdown that they couldn't understand. Something they couldn't get. Just like a ton of you cannot come into the truth over, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. You think that means that Jesus is God. So when we say Jesus is not God, you cannot join the UPK because we say Jesus is not God. You cannot join the UPK when we say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You cannot join us once we give you a breakdown that contradicts what you've learned your whole life. You can't join us. The disciples of John, though they saw miracles, couldn't join him because Jesus Christ said, this is my body, eat it. This is my blood, drink it, for it is shed for you. They thought Jesus Christ was a cannibal, but he was not. They didn't understand. Read his response to John.
Verse 21. And in that same hour, he cured many of their infirmities and plagues and of evil spirits. And to many that were blind, he gave sight. Then answering said unto them, go your way and tell John what things ye have seen and heard.
Go leave and go tell John what you saw and heard today. Go tell him that. Since you need so much proof, right? Go tell John what you saw and what you heard today. Go ahead.
And how that the blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, to the poor the gospel is preached. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me.
Go tell John what I did. Go tell him what I said. And then let him decide whether or not he's going to be angry over something I said that he doesn't understand, or else he'll follow me because of what I did today and what you saw me do today. This is what he's doing with Philip right here. This is the exact same thing. Now I'll go back to the brother's original question. I mean, maybe we got to go to he that is within you. That might help him out. He said some other thing. He said John something else. Milwaukee, you said another precept besides John 14, right?
Yeah, but Cap got one too. So
another precept proving what this is actually talking about.
Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 14:1.
That's a good one. That's a good precept. You want to use that? That's fine. That's about, following him, follow the man who God sent you to follow. Read the one in he that is within you. Go ahead. That's it. Am I telling you where it is? It's in John. He that is in you is greater than he that is in the world.
1 John.
Salakia.
Salakia. I'll read it, General, if you want me to.
Mm-hmm.
1 John chapter 4, verse 4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
Now, Milwaukee, who is he that is within you that is greater than he that is in the world?
Shalakia, Ottawa, would that be God?
Give him a hand. Denele un applauso. Yeah, God is within you, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God. Who is he that is in the world?
Yahweh.
Who is he that is in the world? People
Yahweh.
in the world. Say again?
Yahweh.
Yahweh is not in the world. Be ye not in the world, neither of the world. Yahweh, you know what it means to be in the world, like we say in this truth. Satan is within the world. That's who they serve. Satan, Shaitan. We serve God, right? God is in us. So when we're speaking, when we're teaching, when we're raising the dead, healing the sick, and preaching freedom unto the slaves, who is doing it? Milwaukee.
The ISUPK.
But who is within the ISUPK?
The Spirit of the Lord.
The Spirit of the Lord. So when we go out in the street and speak, when we say the white man is the devil, when we teach freedom to the slaves, when we teach the Latinos that they're the chosen people of God, who actually is saying it?
The Most High.
The Most High. So then you've already seen the Father. You have seen me, you have seen the Father. I've shown you that God is within me. That's the point. You don't need me to make God appear right here in front of you with a long white beard so you can know that God is with me. What did I do in front of you? What did you see me do? Don't we go out on the street everywhere on the internet? Does not Commanding General Yohana send to Zaryak, to California, to Vegas, to Israel, to Egypt, all over the damn earth for what? To battle people. That's the point. He's not over there to drink tea with those people. He's there to be challenged and to battle them. If anybody could win against us, then they would do it, because here we are. If you've seen us, you've seen God, because you've seen the works of God done within me. That's another precept from Jesus Christ. Have not these works been done within you in this city and in that city? Have not the works of God been done by me, through you, and through me, unto you in this city and that city? That's another precept where Christ is saying that I'm doing the work of God. The works of God have been done through me, in you. Paul said the exact same thing. When you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Speaking about the works of God, it is not saying that Jesus Christ is God, of course, because Jesus Christ is not schizophrenic or three people or some type of Roman deity that can be 4 and 5 people at once. Or the Hydra, or that dog, what's that dog, that Greek god? Serapis. Serenus, that famous Greek god. Look his name up, someone. Greek gods have tons of two-headed things. You got Janus with 2 faces. You got that dog, Sarah something. Sarah, say again? Cerberus, which is like a 3-headed dog, Cerberus. You got Dia, what's those Dia something? Demigods. You got demigods that are gods and men all at once. That's Greek mythology. You watch what I do, then you'll know who did it. That's all. Watch what I do, and then you'll know who did it. If you don't think I'm right, then let's battle. Anything else? We good to go here? Milwaukee?
Salaki, General.
Please,
I did have a question in Tobit, chapter 6.
Please.
Really, my question is in verse 8, but if I may start at verse 4.
Please.
Tobit chapter 6, verse 4. To whom the angel said, open the fish and take the heart and the liver and the gall and put them up safely. Tobit chapter 6, verse 5. So the young man did as the angel commanded him, And when they had roasted the fish, they did eat it. Then they both went on their way till they drew near to Ecbatane. Verse 6.
You want me to break this down, Ak, or is it something in specific you need?
Well, Salaki, in specific, I wanted to see if you could break down verse 8.
You want me to break down verse 8?
About the white eyes and what that is.
Come on.
Sir. Tobit chapter 6, verse 8. As for the gall, it is good to anoint a man that hath whiteness in his eyes, and he shall be healed.
I'm missing some. Is this about the first part, or is this something else?
So this is about the liver and the gall of this fish that the angel told the brother to use to get rid of a evil spirit.
Gotcha. And what's your question about the liver and the gall? The gall means the gall bladder. Like a sac that a lot of fish have. I think birds have it as well. That goes into Genesis 5. The gallbladder is a thing that's specific to birds and fish. It's a gallbladder, and they're the only ones. Not a gall. What's the thing called? Yeah, that's not a gall.
Gizzards.
Say again.
Gizzards.
Gizzards is right on to it. It's called the same thing in a fish, but it's a gizzard. That's correct. Go ahead.
So
I'm still missing your question. Now, what's your question about it?
My question about the whiteness in his eyes is the whiteness in his eyes, like semi-blindness.
Okay, read it one more time. I didn't hear it. My apologies.
Sir. So Tobit chapter 6, verse 8.
I'll try to catch up while you're reading. Go ahead.
Sir. For as the gall, it is good to anoint a man that hath whiteness in his eyes, and he shall be healed.
Oh, okay. An anointing with this gallbladder, with this thing that he found in the fish?
Sir.
Okay, I can't recall that, Ak. It's not jogging my memory. Let me see. Hold on. 1 second now. You had Tobit, right?
Yes, sir. Tobit chapter 6 and verse 8.
Let me stand by. Tobit 6 and 8. Let me catch up to you. Okay, I got you. Okay, I'll explain. All right. Okay, you know the story. I'm assuming I'll catch everyone up. This was a woman that had, let's think of split personality disorder, which is a terrible thing to have, or schizophrenia, which is a horrible, horrible mental illness to have. All right. And so this woman became extremely violent. She was given away in marriage to 7 men. On the wedding night, with each man, she strangled each man as they were in the bed and killed them. And in the morning, she would wake up going, oh my God, what happened last night? Right? Which is like schizophrenia or split personality disorder, where in essence, someone else takes over your body. You kill people and you wake up the next day like, boy, what happened last night? I don't understand what happened. This woman had this disorder and she killed 7 men. Her father would get up every morning and dig a hole and put the men in the hole. And finally, the Most High God sent a man to her, Tobias, and sent him to her. An angel walked him through the door. He didn't know he was with an angel. It was him, an angel, and a dog. And they walked this long journey because this woman finally, after she killed 7 men, now through inheritance, this woman belonged to him, the 8th man. He went to get her. And the angel is with him. And on the way, a giant fish jumped out of the river that they were sitting by, tried to eat them. Now, you can imagine how big this fish is. And it's clean. So imagine some of those giant fish they have in the Amazon. There's some other fish called a grouper that's, bigger than this table or something like that, or twice as big as this table. It's clean. You can eat it, but it also can eat you. Everyone understands. So the fish jumped out the water. They fought the fish, killed the fish, ate the fish, but kept the what again? The heart. What did it keep?
The gallbladder, and the
No. 1 second now. Hold on. No. Hold on. You said 8, right?
Yes, sir.
They kept the heart and the liver. Those 3. They kept the heart, the gallbladder, and the liver. Now, the heart and the liver, did they take those 2 and burn those? Or they burned all 3?
Believe they hold on, so let me
Look
read.
down. Either they burned 2 of them or they burned 3 of them, right? Tobit, where are we at?
I think it's in chapter.
What did they burn to cast the demon out to Zariah? Boom, that's what I thought. They took the heart and the liver, and the angel is saying, listen, read 7 now, Milwaukee.
Cut on Khan. And he said it, verse 7. And he said it to him, touching the heart and the liver.
Touching the heart and the liver is like concerning. It's like saying touching on something, like speaking about the heart and the liver. Go ahead.
If a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, if a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, we must make a smoke thereof before the man or the woman, and the party shall be no more vexed.
Now remember, this is an angel, but Tobias doesn't know it's an angel. So as far as Tobias knows, a giant fish jumped out the water, tried to kill him, and then they ate it. So then this wise man is saying, speaking on the heart and the liver, you see, if you burn this and someone has an evil spirit, if you burn this, then the evil spirit will come out of the man or the woman that has it. He's schooling him to the medical use of the heart and the liver of this fish. Now, as far as Tobias knows, this is just a wise brother. They're schooling him, like saying, listen, man, you can drink this tea. Tell y'all like this in here with those herbs and spices y'all into. You got some old herb or something you all into. Yeah, you take the echinacea, especially when it comes to fixing that rod that don't work. What? You got 1,000 remedies. Oh, yeah, you got the first drink, the ginseng. The ginseng. What's the other thing they used to always talk about back in the 90s? I forget. I know one of them was the Aruba, the Araba or the Aruba. You got to take the ginseng, young brother. Mix it with the Aruba. Then get that ginger in you. West Indians, where you at? You need to be talking right now. Because you West Indians got 1,000 cures for everything. Oh, yeah, you need the cucumber. Then you got to have the ginseng and the this and the that. The eucalyptus. This is this angel saying, touching the heart and the liver. You take that, and if somebody has an evil spirit, a demon in their mind, you burn that. They inhale that smoke up, and the demon will go. That's what 7 is saying, Milwaukee. You understand? The angel is schooling him to the medicinal purpose of this particular fish that they are eating. You understand?
Go
ahead.
Verse 8. As for the gall, it is
as
good.
For the gall. Now what are we touching on, Milwaukee?
We're talking about the gall, General.
Now we're touching on the gallbladder. I told you what you do with the liver and with the heart. That chases away mental disease, mental disorder. Now we're touching on the gall. The gall of the fish and birds is called the gizzard. Keep going.
Come. It is good to anoint a man that hath whiteness in his eyes.
Whiteness in his eyes is like when the pupils of your eyes begin to go white. When early blindness comes on people, right? That's how you can see blindness in children. And you look at their eyes and their pupil is cloudy. Cloudy pupil. Come on, Ward.
Is that what they call cataract?
I don't believe it's cataract. I think that's to do with the shape of the cornea deep in there that you can see through a light. This is when a person's eyes get cloudy, where you look at the pupil and it's not dark anymore. It's cloudy. And that means they are going blind. They'll be blind soon. All right. That's that cloudy eye. If you take the gall of this same fish, where if you use the heart and the liver and burn it and inhale the smoke, it chases away demons, which means it cures mental disease. The gall, you can use to cure early onset blindness. He's schooling him to the medicinal purposes of this particular fish. You understand?
Kind, if I may. So
please.
So basically, what he did right there was teach you the medicinal purposes of this fish, and with the gall, he made an ointment to cure the blindness before it ever set in.
If he made the ointment, I don't remember that, but if he made it, that's what it's for. But for sure, when Tobias got to this woman's house, he remembered what this wise man said. And he took that gallbladder and that heart and he burned it in an incense burner next to the bed, the marriage bed. And before they married, they went to the foot of the bed and prayed to God. And they burned that incense and they woke up today and they woke up the next day, man and wife, brother. You understand?
God, sir, Salak, y'all misspoke. He didn't make it. He didn't make that ointment out of the gall. But the angel was just telling them, but the gall can also do what it does with the healing that whiteness of the eyes.
Exactly. He's schooling him. He's like, man, you take this and you can cure this. If you take this, you can cure that. He's explaining the medicinal purposes. There are a lot of old Mexicans and old people in the South, Judaizers they'll go into a field. I can grab some old leaf off a tree, brother, and tell you, yeah, take this if you have pneumonia. You know,
Right.
Take this and burn this if your child has colic. They have all kinds of diseases. Talk to your grandmothers out there. They got all. Poor people are rich with medicinal things that don't cost money.
Right.
Because they're poor. So since you're poor, oh yeah, drink some of this tea when you have this and boil this root down and take this. Why? Because they can't afford to go to the doctor. So they find ways in nature to try to help themselves the best that they can. So that's what's happening here. They're eating the fish. So the brother's like, yeah, you take that gallbladder, you take that heart and that lung and that thing and you cook that, that'll get rid of demons. Oh, if you take the gallbladder, that'll cure blindness. Good to go. I'll remember that. And he remembered that. And he cured his future wife with it. You understand? Think about what's out there in nature that we could utilize. Think about when Jesus Christ returns, when there's no more doctor, there's no more health care. We don't have white people to depend on anymore. You and yourself might think we won't survive. That's a lie. The white man found out these cures that old people would have, and he went and synthesized them and mass produced them. Now you have, schizophrenia medication. Now you have bipolar disorder medication. These diseases are cured today with pills. Now, where'd they get them from? Nature. That's where they got them from. The same place they got aspirin from willow bark, and they got methadone clinics from the poppy, and pain medications from the poppy. The white man knew it. He goes out into what's that place? The big long giant rainforest, the Amazon rainforest. Here's what the native people out there are talking about. Here's what they're saying. Here's everything. Then kills them. And he kills those people, takes their land, and chops down all those trees and synthesizes them. And now you go to the doctor, and here's a cure for schizophrenia. Here's a cure for bipolar disorder. Everyone understands.
Anything
else? The water.
Got Khalid has a question.
Please, Khalid.
Shalom, Yahabashim, Shalaki, Shalom, Yahabashim, Yashar Rakatha, sir. Yes, sir. If I could, my Lord, I had a question out of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 8 and 9. My question is in one second, sir.
Take your time. Hold up. Should have known. The cataract is, I'm getting text messages about the cataract right now. A cataract is a common age-related clouding of the eye. Goddamn, Levi, I'm corrected right now. Levi is correct. Salakia, give Levi a hand, and of course, the source of all knowledge right here. The cataract is a common age clouding of the eyes. Natural lens that obstructs light causing blurry vision, glare and faded colors. Levi, and the source of all knowledge is, of course, correct. All right, go ahead, clap it up. Salaki, everyone. Anything else, Ephraim? Please, Colleen, you got it.
Yeah, I'm ready, sir. Salakia. It's in Revelations 22, verse 9. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it says, verse 8, I'm gonna start at verse 8. And it says, and I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship God. My question is, sir, and when it says that, I know John is having a vision, but when it says that he saw an angel, is this just a regular Israelite like the rest of us that is being glorified, and that's why they're referring to him as an angel? Because him saying that he's of the brethren, the prophets, that's my question. Is this a man or an angel?
Okay, read it. Let me let Ephraim read it just so I can hear it. Okay.
Kind of one
Can you read it, please? Tell him where it is.
So
Where is it at again?
Revelations, it's like my Lord. It's Revelations 22, verse 8 and 9.
Revelations 22 and verse 8. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things.
So now we know that it's an angel right here, right? You get that, Colleen?
Kind of one con, sir.
Keep going.
Verse 9. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets.
Okay, I got you. He said, see it that thou doest not. He's telling him, don't fall down, right? Don't, meaning he was about to fall down and worship this angel. But the angel is saying, don't fall down and worship me, for I am what? Read it again.
I am thy fellow servant.
So now remember, this is John in a prison, right?
Sir.
Right? So who was it?
Salakia, who was what?
Who was showing him this vision?
The Most High, or the angel?
The Most High was showing him this vision through an angel. But the angel will not let him do what?
Worship him.
The angel will not let him worship him. Why? Go ahead. It's right in front of you. Read it again.
For I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets.
Why won't this is an angel? Because how do you know it's an angel? Because he's showing him a damn vision. He's in a cave showing him a vision with magical powers. Do you understand? This is an angel, but the angel will not be worshipped as if he's God. Just like Jesus Christ would not be worshipped as if he's God. Don't fall down and worship me. Why? Because I am thy fellow servant. I am a servant just like you. Precept. For there be bodies celestial and bodies terrestrial. The glory of the celestial is not the glory of the terrestrial, but all are servants of God. The angels serve God in outer space and in the spiritual world. We serve God here on earth. There be three that bear record in heaven, and they are one. There be three that bear record in earth, and they are one. The angels are not better than humans. The angels are messengers who have a different job, but they're messengers. We are God's messengers. We have a different job than the angels, but the angels are not gods. The angels are not to be worshiped. The angels are what? Our fellow servants. They serve God just like you. And they are of, what does that mean? They are of, keep going.
Of thy brethren the prophets.
And we are of your brethren the prophets. How did the prophets of God get their information? How's Colleen?
They get their information from the Most High, sir.
Yeah. These angels went and helped the prophets of God of old. These are the same angels that helped Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah. They weren't God. They were servants of God, helping the prophets. Now they're helping you in this island, in prison. We're the same angels. The angels are not God, and they don't want to be worshipped. Jesus Christ does not want to be worshipped. Precept. For some would have you give humility unto angels. Paul came up against them and spoke against it. Give me voluntary humility unto angels. John, because he was on an island and, you know, a representative of God came before him in a terrible time in his life. If you've ever been to prison, in solitary, someone that will talk to you, you think is just, my God, you know, you think the Lord is here now because he'll talk to me, because he talks to me, because a human voice, it's cruelty to not be able to speak to someone. It's cruel. It's cruel and humane. And there are so many brothers right here in Rikers Island, brother, that haven't talked to a person in years. And there are court cases right here in New York State trying to prove that solitary is cruel and unusual punishment because you need human contact. Well, here is John on this island, brother, talking to no one in a cave. And then all of a sudden, someone appears and teaches him and gives him the life's blood of tragedy and oppression, hope while he's in prison. He falls down on his face to worship him. The angel says, don't do that. Don't worship me. I'm your fellow servant. I serve God just like you. I'm not God. I'm not in charge. I serve God like you serve God. And I am of the prophets of old. I was with them and helped them. Don't fall down on your face and serve me and worship me. Don't do that. I'm a servant just like you. That's what an angel said to John. I'm a servant just like you. Now, how do you explain that to the Catholics who literally pray to Saint Michael, Saint Miguel, Saint this and Saint that, and they literally pray to angels? They pray to them. They have little rosary beads where they pray to Mary, and they pray to Saint Eustace and Saint Augustus and Saint Benedict. And here we are in the New Testament where the angel is saying, don't fall down and worship me. I'm also a servant. I have a boss. Everyone understand? You understand, Khalid?
Khan Wakan, sir, did you want that precept?
Please.
Khan Wakan, this is the book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 18. Let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshiping of angels.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that if you believe in Christ, though. The Catholics don't believe in Christ. Don't let anyone beguile you. Now, they fooled you now in some voluntary humility into worshiping of angels. Why is it saying voluntary humility, Khalid?
Is voluntary because it's not mandated by our records, sir, by the scriptures.
Because God never told you to worship some angel. So what in the hell are you doing it for? An angel is just another servant of God. Just like who is a servant of God, Khalid?
The men of the Lord, the prophets of God.
Give him a hand. I thought you weren't going to go there with the prophets of God. That's where you had to go to cut a Christian. You had to say, just like the prophets of God. Don't fall down and worship me. I'm your fellow servant, and I'm of the prophets of old. Don't worship me. I gave this to the prophets of God. Why? Because I was commanded to. I was ordered to by my boss. And the prophets of God went out and spoke. Why? Because they were ordered to by our boss. Don't worship me. I'm just a servant like you. That's the point. You understand, Khalid?
The water, sir. The water, my lord.
No problem. Anything else? No a problem.
We got Baltimore has a question.
Go ahead. Well, let's say shalom to Captain Zakar. Que milagro. Que milagro. Get him on the microphone. Que milagro. Captain Zakar getting on. Let the sisters see you, man. They be looking for you. Look at that hair. That hair needs, give him some. Give him a hand. You need to give that hair some. Strong hair like that. God damn, that hair letting you know about the man. God damn. See, Commander General Johanna, full head of hair, up in age. That's telling you about the man under the hair. Give him some. Clap it up for Zakar. Go ahead. That's to be praised. Go ahead, Ephraim.
So we got Baltimore.
Be more. What do you want to say, warrior?
Shalom, Lord in Christ. Please,
no sweat up.
I would like to get an understanding of in Luke chapter 22, verse 19, when he says that this is my body which I give to you, do this in remembrance. I was talking to one of my family members, and they were trying to say that when they keep communion in church, that they were asking, do we do communion? Because of this scripture right here saying that Christ said, do this in remembrance.
So they're saying that when they eat that cracker in church, that this is them keeping the communion, correct?
Well,
listen, the cracker is bread, right? Do they drink the wine in your family's in your so-called family's church?
Sir.
They drink the wine, and wine is wine, just like Christ drank it. And that matzah cracker is technically bread. It's the most terrible bread in the world, but it is technically bread. So you could say that it's a communion because they're drinking wine and they're eating bread. There's only one problem. This problem means they're not keeping the communion. You know what their problem is? Baltimore?
Lie, sir.
They're drinking bread, they're drinking wine, and they're eating bread, but they're not the disciples of Christ. So that means that's not the communion. Do you understand? Or else when you're sitting down on Epstein's island and Epstein pulls out the finest buffet of food and liquor and wine and bread, is that the communion, the meal that they eat on Epstein's island? Huh? Baltimore?
Lie, sir.
But what if they have a nice bread buffet? What if they have bread, and they certainly have wine on Epstein's island? Doesn't that mean that the meal on Epstein's island is the communion? How about the meal that the mafia has when the mafia sits down and eats bread and drinks wine? What about drug dealers that go to a strip club? Have you been to the strip clubs in Atlanta? There's a wonderful feast in there.
This much.
Wonderful bread and wine. Is the feast in strip clubs the communion? Because there's certainly bread and there's certainly wine. So does that mean that the food in strip clubs is the communion, Baltimore?
Lie, sir.
Why not? They're drinking wine and eating bread. Why isn't that the communion?
Because they're not the priests and
because see, they're not the disciples of Christ. Simply eating bread and drinking wine, that's not going to be good enough, brothers and sisters, because a lot of people eat bread and drink wine. You have to be the disciples of Christ for your eating to be done in remembrance of Christ. You have to be a disciple of Christ, and you show that before the meal. You understand? You show that with how you live every day. That's how you show who you are when you're eating the meal. Or else every idiot that's eating bread and drinking wine would say this is communion, because they're eating bread and drinking wine. On Epstein's island, they had a wonderful meal. Every mafia table, every child molester eats bread and drinks wine. All of them. But they're not the disciples of Christ. Now let's go to that same precept you want to break down. Where is he at again?
No, man. Luke chapter 22, verse 19.
Where you want to start at? Try 15. Go ahead.
Luke chapter 22, verse 15. And he said unto them, with desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. Verse 16. For I say unto you, I will not any more eat therefore until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of God. Verse 17. And he took the cup and gave thanks and said, take this and divide it among yourselves. Verse 18.
So now remember, he takes a cup. He has the cup of wine. So out of his one cup of wine, he splits it up into 12. He gives each of them some of the wine from his cup. Right? Keep going.
Verse 18. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God shall come.
Yeah, he said, I'm not going to drink again until I drink with you in the kingdom. So here's my cup of wine. I'm splitting it with you. Pour some in each one of your cups. I won't drink again until I see you again. Continue.
Verse 19. And he took bread and gave thanks and brake it, and gave unto them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you.
Then he takes the bread. He has, imagine a loaf of bread. He takes it, rips 12 pieces off from it. And he says, This is my body, which I sacrifice for you. Keep going.
This do in remembrance of me.
This do in remembrance of me, meaning what? Eat and drink and remember me when you eat and drink, because I will not drink again until I drink with you. So when you drink with each other, remember that I'm not there. Like this, what the Christians call a communion is truly an act of love about a brother you're about to lose. And he knows that he's going to lose them. He knows he won't see them again for thousands of years. And it saddens him. He was so sad about it on that mountain that he almost killed himself. He almost threw himself off the mountain until he realized that thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. And he did not kill himself because he knows that these 12 men, these 11 men, who he has suffered so much with and who stood with him when the world betrayed him, when 5,000 men they had in that school at one time, and they all left, including Judas, who left. But these 11 brothers, they didn't. And now he's going to leave them. And he knows what they're about to go through. He knows that marvel not when men shall hate you, for they have hated me first. He knows that Peter is about to be killed. He knows that James is about to be killed. He knows that John is going to prison. He knows these brothers are going to suffer simply because they followed him. And he tells them, drink this wine. This is my cup. You drink some of it. Because they're going to drink what he drinks. I'm going to die. Here's my body. Eat some of it. Because I'm sacrificing myself for you. This is such an act of love. Such an act of brotherhood. And it really it can make you understand losing someone and the feeling of grief that is about to come on to him if you are not Christian. Because if you're Christian, you're going to eat a cracker every first Sunday and think you have done this. You'll think you've completed this when you have not. You have not, because you truly have to love Christ to miss him. You have to love him to miss him. And Christians don't love him. Now I will explain to you how you know that Christians, strippers, whores, the feast on Epstein's Island. Does Donald Trump eat bread? Baltimore?
Sir.
Does he drink wine?
Sir.
Absolutely. At Mar-a-Lago, he drinks wine. And so that means every meal at Mar-a-Lago is the communion. Is that what you're saying?
A lot, sir.
No, how could it be? Donald Trump doesn't love Christ. Precept, if you love me, then keep my commandments. If you love me, then pick up your cross and follow after me. No Christian is having communion. None. No Christian meal is done in the remembrance of Christ because Christians don't love him. And if you don't love someone, you can't miss someone. If you don't love someone, you can't mourn someone. You can't have grief over losing someone because you don't love them at all. Precept. It's in the New Testament, Baltimore. What up to the sisters for giving out the food? Asher, over here, your real Levite sisters and the Asherite sisters, the water. The ribs of Hazahab and Levi, the water. They keep these brothers well fed. Feed them up. We do this in remembrance of him, right? Every day in the UPK all over the world, we eat with each other. We're eating right now in Harlem. Get them on the screen. This is a communion. We're having it right now. There are schools every Thursday, every Monday, every day of the week, every Sabbath, when we all come together and we eat with each other. There's one brother that is not here. One person that isn't drinking this wine, that isn't with us, and we remember him. La Yahushua. And we remember him because he's not here. He's not here with us. And he wants us to remember him because we mourn him. We're in grief over losing our king. That's why we're so angry on the street corners of America and Great Britain. and Mexico. We're angry. In Montreal, Canada, we're angry about what happened to Jesus Christ. We take a picture of a white man and we say, this picture is an imposter. This is not our king. Jesus Christ is a black man. And you have assassinated him 2,000 years ago, and you assassinate his character every day. We're angry about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ because we love him and we miss him. We're in grief over him because he's our king, the greatest of all of us. And these animals murdered him. And then they put a white man's image up all over the world. And this white man gets the credit for the greatest act of love in history. We're angry over what happened to him because we love him and we miss him. You Christians, you could care less about what happened to our king. You never loved him and you don't miss him. Precept. If you love me, keep my commandments. If you love me, you pick up your cross and follow after me. Whenever you're ready. You know what I'm talking? Who asked the question? Baltimore, you can find that, all right? Our brothers can find that. Okay. You need my help with this? Are you familiar with this precept?
I'm looking for it.
Go ahead. The brother will give it to him, please.
John 14 and 15.
Go ahead and read it.
If you love me, keep my commandments.
What color is that?
Red.
That's written in red, Baltimore. If you love me, keep my commandments. Do the Christians keep the commandments of Christ, Baltimore?
Wow, sir.
No, then they don't love him. And when they eat, they're just filling their guts. That's all. When a Christian is eating, he's simply satisfying his stomach. He's not doing it in holy communion. What does the term communion mean, Baltimore? Togetherness, like community. Like that term, community? That's what communion is. We're all eating together, and eating together bonds people. We bond over a meal. That's why everything that when you want to celebrate with the people you love, there's food and wine, because it unifies us. It gives us community to eat with each other. And Jesus Christ is telling them, as often as you do it in remembrance of me. Eat with each other. Drink with each other. And remember that I'm not eating or drinking until I see you. Remember, I'm not there. Remember me. Remember me, because I'm going to give my body up and my blood up for you. Remember me. Eat with each other. Be with each other. Love one another. And if you love me, you will obey me. If you love me, you'll keep my commandments. You understand, Baltimore?
No, sir.
Is there anything else?
That was it, sir. Wow.
Hello, Tim.
Sir, a couple from the comments. Fayad at Salaki, sir, if I could, with your grace, may I get a general breakdown on Romans 5 and 14?
Glad OKC. Let's go.
Romans chapter 5 and verse 14. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression.
Death reigned from Adam unto Moses. So you had Adam. What did Adam do? Adam listened to his woman instead of listening to God. That is the sin that Adam committed, right? Adam was told not to learn from the tree of good and evil, but to learn from the tree of knowledge. But do not learn from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Adam listened to his wife, and he did it. That was Adam's sin. Everybody gets it, right? So now after that happened, Adam and his wife were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and they wandered and raised up outside of paradise, away from paradise. And they grew and grew and grew, and they went into famine and poverty and starvation, then went into Egypt begging a heathen race for solitude and for help at a time of hunger. Begged these heathens, and thank the Lord, these heathens helped them. Thank God. The Lord said to remember that you at one time were a stranger in Egypt, and the Egyptians helped you because we needed those heathens in that day. Thank the Lord that Joseph, the son of Ephraim, was there, the Puerto Ricans was there in Egypt and was able to work us out a plot of land for us to have to ourselves called the land of Goshen, where we could be separate from the Egyptians and follow our customs and our culture and grow as a people. Then, of course, they enslaved us again. A pharaoh rose up over Egypt that knew not Joseph. That should be familiar to every Latino right here in America. Can you imagine? I'm sure every Latino that was coming over here, you know, there's a reason that whole towns in Mexico and South and Central America are empty, because everyone in that town is in America. Why? Because some factory went to that town and said, we have jobs here in America. You can earn 10 times what you're earning in the fields in your country. They said, okay. America asked them to come here. That's how millions of them get here. You think millions of them are climbing over some wall? You think millions of Mexicans are climbing over a goddamn wall to get here? Millions? They're asked to come. The factory shows up in the village speaking perfect Spanish, telling them, come to California, come to Texas, come to the meat packing plant, come here. And they say, okay. And they come here just like they were invited here. You would think after years of supporting the American economy, of making sure all of us, brother, every time I go into one of my kitchens, I thank the Latinos because I see those black ass bananas sitting there on that shelf. Every time, and I don't know, this happened today. I look in there and I go, what in the hell are my ribs buying these bananas for? And they gonna just sit here and be black on this goddamn counter. Are y'all doing that in your houses? But raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. The banana is sitting there in the house. Why do you buy them? You know why you buy them? Why not? They cost what? $1 or something? You know, believe I? Here you go. You find something to do, right? With the banana, get him on camera. You might as well, he having communion with the banana. Give him a hand. Brother, I say, you know what? You walk into that supermarket up, you know, bananas are cheap. I know why they're cheap, though. You understand? I know why you can go into the dumpster in a restaurant in Manhattan, jump in that dumpster and eat like a goddamn king. There are people that do it. They're called dumpster divers. And in Manhattan, they eat like kings because restaurants toss the vegetables in the trash. Throw them away. If a banana has a bruise, it goes in the trash. An apple, a little, you know, not quite perfect, in the trash. Don't you know why we're able to waste so much food here in America? Why we're able to throw away food? Why is there an obesity problem in America? The white man has to make a goddamn drug to make you lose weight. Do you know all through human history, starvation was how people died? In America, people die from obesity. Why is that? Latinos is why. Latinos are providing so much food for us that you need a drug to lose weight. You need a drug to not eat. You need a drug to be able to survive because the food that Latinos provide is so plentiful that it'll kill you because you got so much of it. Can you imagine after all those years of that they would become the biggest enemies in America? And America would hate them for providing food for all of us. For how long? My God, since the 50s or 40s or 20s? In Egypt, there rose up a king that knew not Joseph. That didn't care about the sacrifice that the Latinos made to save every Egyptian's life during the time of famine. Go research Joseph in Egypt. Joseph came into Egypt and the Pharaoh had a dream. And the Pharaoh didn't know what this dream meant. There was a prisoner in his jail that knew what the dream meant. Joseph said, this is the interpretation of the dream. There shall be 7 years of famine. So you must save up 7 years of food to prepare for 7 years of famine. Pharaoh believed him, saved up food in storehouses for 7 years. Then the famine hit. Every civilization went poor except for one. Joseph came out of jail, had a high position in the government. Then, year by year, poco a poquito, little by little, everyone forgot about the sacrifice that the Latinos made in Egypt. Then there rose up a Pharaoh that didn't know Joseph. And then he began to put hard burdens on them and oppress them. This happened to the Latinos. What Donald Trump did to the Latinos, proof that the Latinos are the chosen people of God. It's proof that they're the people of Joseph, because the exact same thing happened. You fed Egypt, you protected them with food during the time of want when Germany was starving to death. America was not. When Italy was starving to death, Russians starved to death. That's what happened in Russia. Go research the famine in Russia. They starved. They died from starvation in Russia. They died from starvation in Germany. In America, we had Latinos, so we ate until we got diabetes. That's what happened here. Poco a poquito, little by little, we forgot. Pharaoh forgot. And now you're hated and hunted like dogs. You are the Israelites. The Latinos clearly are the Israelites of the Bible. Now, can you imagine now you're the enemy? Now they hate you. This is what happened in the Bible. Keep going.
Who is the figure of him that was to come?
Read it one verse above it.
Okay. Verse 13. For until the law, sin was in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But sin is not imputed.
I need the part about Moses. That's the one I'm looking for. Still like you.
Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses.
Adam sinned against God by obeying his wife instead of God. And then until Moses, it was just one oppression after another, one degradation after another, one insult from people that should have praised us and loved us after another. Then Moses came along. And Moses walked us out of Egypt, walked us out. Then Moses began to establish what? The law. He began to give us rules. We obeyed these rules, and now the oppression ceased. We went from Moses giving us the law, establishing those laws in our land, to Solomon being the richest man on earth, and the Queen of Sheba coming to him to find out what his secret was to build a society so rich. That's the difference. Adam broke the law. Moses established it, and we got rich. Adam broke the law. We got poor. We got oppressed. Moses established the law. We became King David and King Solomon. Solomon was so rich. His mines, his stables, his goods he brought in from other countries, that the Queen of Sheba said, how are you doing it? What are your secrets? She met Solomon's servant. She thought that was Solomon. That's how glorious his servant was dressed. She said, oh, my Lord, Solomon. I'm not Solomon. I'm a servant of Solomon. My Lord is over here. She said, God damn, y'all got some money here in Israel. You have some money here. How can I get some? That's how rich we were. We went from, we broke the law, we became oppressed. We kept the law, we became rich. That's the point here, brothers and sisters. The point is the law. The point is the law is the thing that ends poverty. The law is the thing that ends death. The law is the thing that ends violence in our community. The law. We're going to go into that topic tonight. You know what is not the reason for death in our society? Poverty. Poverty is not the reason for violent crimes. The research is in. The scientists and the doctors have studied it. We are not killing each other over money. We're not killing each other over trying to get rich. We're killing each other because we cannot control ourselves, because all of us are broken boys trying to be men. And we kill each other over emotions, over feelings. That's why we kill each other, not over money. That's proven. I have the facts here tonight. Why are we doing that? Because we don't have a moral basis to make us survive. This is the point of this precept. I'll read it one more time. Take me to the end and then give me the next question.
Come on, sir. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned after the similitude of Adam's transgression.
If you're reading this precept, when it says that death reigned from Adam to Moses, even you Christians got to know what that is talking about, right? You know what Adam did, disobey God. You know what Moses did, keep the law. You know that. All right, I don't have to break that down to Christians. Why did death stop when Moses came? What in the hell am I doing here? You don't know what it's. Read that part again, please.
Nevertheless, death reigned.
What does reign mean? Ruled. Death ruled from Adam. What did Adam do? Disobey God. What was his specific disobedience? Obeying his wife instead of the law, instead of God's word. Death reigned until what?
So Moses.
Death reigned until
Moses.
Death reigned until Moses. Christians, come on. Why did death stop when Moses got around? Come on, help me out with this here. Why did death stop? The law of Moses is why death stopped. That's what will make it stop now. Death reigned until Moses. Something about Moses made death no longer rule. What do you think that was? The law that you hate, the law that you say we should not keep, is what ended the reign of death. I think we should keep the law. I think regardless of what Christians say, we should probably do this. We should probably keep this thing here, or else death will reign. Levi.
Because if I may, I don't want to look for rule 4 where it says this is the book of the law will come to life. What happened to us with Moses?
Yeah, if we start running down these precepts, we won't get out of here because the whole thing. This is the entire thing. Ephraim, right here. Go ahead. Please.
So having you said that about like eating dumpster diving and eating like a kid. There been some days I've eaten in the fire mission where they feed the homeless. I've seen homeless people with cell phones and
eating well. Eating well. Those dumpsters are full of good, delicious food. Full of it. It's because of you. It's because of your brothers and sisters. Do you understand? That's why. That's why people can just throw away food. Because of your sacrifice, Ephraim. Anything else? Go ahead. Finish reading it.
Who is the figure of him that was to come?
Here we go now. Death reigned until Moses, which is the figure of him which was to come. Come on, Christians. What could Moses and Christ have in common? Now, you know what Moses is synonymous with, right? Because you hate it, right? Because you hate it so much. What could Christ, Jesus Christ, and Moses possibly have in common? Take a guess. It's the law, sweetness. The law. Jesus Christ is Moses is the figure of him which was to come. Moses is just like Jesus Christ. Why? Because both of them wanted you to keep the law. I got to get out of here. I don't know what else I have to do for you. It's in the New Testament right there. Here it is. Keep going. Okay. Anything else? Whoever asked that, was that some brother in here? That's the question. All right. Is that good to go for you up? Solid. Next.
On that note,
Clap it up. Let's get it on. All right. All right. Let's rock and roll. Let's try to get done. We got 7. Let's try to do it. We'll give it a shot. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This clip from Shannon Sharp's podcast from Michael Beasley.
That's when we
Go ahead, please.
found out my mom was been lying about us about having stage 2 cancer and it was stage 4. And then when I went to the Lakers, we talked all day on FaceTime, me, her, and my brother, right? And then right before the season, my brother went home. And FaceTime me and I was on the phone with my mom, just same shit. Yes. And he showed me the side she wasn't showing us. So we didn't know, but every day she would really get up and make sure she take her morphine so she can have that phone call. Right? And then I just couldn't hold him. I just couldn't blame him. And I just had to go. Bro, my mom was driving herself to chemo until they put her on hospice. She ain't deserve that. And I was mad at her at that time because I remember I told you my dad did. I ain't know how to just. Yeah, bro. I ain't like that, because, man.
You say you was mad at your mom, what? Because she didn't have anybody to take her? She had to drive herself? She was alone?
No. I was mad at my mom for my childhood. My dad at 25 told me I cut my whole family off for 3 years. I was pissed at them. Because my dad was a real nigga. Was looking for me my whole life, and I was looking for him. And you got all these random ass niggas in my life. I wanted my dad. And then I got mad at my mom. And then she died, man.
So 3 years you're not having a conversation with your mom. And then when you come back in,
when I got to New York, we was getting back. And then when I got to LA, it was just too far, and then it was too late now. And then I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to say that. And then I just went out there. I just had the wrong shorts on. They fit the same, so I couldn't feel that shit. Y'all laugh. That day, James died 2 days before, my cousin. And I was supposed to be in a funeral, and I was at shoot-around like, damn, should I get on this flight? Or just play, bro. If I get on this.
Everyone, this is a terribly painful video to watch on if you've lived this. And the problem is, so many of us have lived this. His story is famous because he became a famous basketball player, which is all of our dream. What you're looking at is a man that realized your childhood dream. It happened to him, and it did not heal him. It did not help him. Why? Because broken boys never become men. They will never become a man. And so many of us are broken as children, broken from being raised by a broken mother. And a broken girl will never become a woman. A broken boy can never be a good father to you. So even though you make it to the NFL or the NBA or your dreams come true, you will never grow up. You will stay the broken child that your mother broke, that your father broke. And the story is just the same. A mother who had stage 2 cancer that really has stage 4. That's why so many of you sisters in here that have breast cancer and you fight breast cancer because you are no coward, you are showing all of us love. All of us. Because a mother that has stage 2 cancer, that has stage 4 cancer, but she tells her children she's fine. She has stage 2. Nothing is wrong with her. Right. Her selfishness of not wanting to fight that cancer supersedes her love for her children. Right. She doesn't want to fight. It hurts. It's an aggravation. She'll throw up every day. The chemo will make her sick and make her hair fall out. She'd rather keep her hair. You understand me? She would rather keep her hair than stay here a little while longer for you. That's a fact. So she tells you she's fine because she would rather die than throw up and lose her hair. She doesn't care about what will become of you after she dies. You women out there fighting that breast cancer, going every day to the doctor, throwing up every day, losing your hair and your fingernails, you have proven your love for us. Give yourselves a hand. You've proven you loved us. His mother, no, she couldn't do it. And then, of course, his father. His father was a real nigger. And that's his way of saying he wanted to be a father to me. But my mother wouldn't let him come around. Why? Because she's angry at him, right? And that's all that matters. Your children don't matter. What matters is that he's cheating on you. That's what matters, right? You know how many times I have to deal every day, brother. Every one of you brothers out there that has more than one wife, and every one of you sisters out there that shares your man, you better prove to the world that polygamy is a better answer than monogamy. You better show the grace and the femininity and the joy of sharing your man. You brothers, you better be in a relationship with more than one woman that makes women in the world think, I would rather share my man than have the monogamy I've been going through since I was 16. Because these monogamous relationships are the ones that beat you every day. that molest your children, that cheat on you. You know, it never gets talked about is all of the cheating in monogamy, Tazariak. I don't never hear about none of that. God damn, the cheating. The cheating is you're having more sex than me if you're monogamous. I tell you that right now. And I'm having a lot of sex out here. But I'm not having as much as a man with one wife. He is in the strip. Can I tell you a small story? I told Tazariak today, Lord, you're going to think this ain't true. There's this brother that went over to Ghana. He believes in one wedding ring, one wife before God. He goes over to Ghana like many of the tribe of Judah have done, searching for the original woman. He goes over to Ghana. He goes to a strip club. He spends $100,000 one night in the strip. Do you hear me? $100,000. I heard about this. I commissioned Tazariak to find him and to relieve him of his burden of money because that money is hurting him. He needs help with getting rid of that burden. He is monogamous. Do you understand? These strippers are not his wife. They're not his wife. They have $100,000 of his money. They're not his wife. He has a wife at home he loves and cherishes. But the strippers have $100,000 of his money. The cheating that goes on. You see, monogamy never gets blamed. Ephraim, I'm sorry.
It's like, sir, it's going crazy today because there's a story of there are two Edomites, but the Patriots head coach and a sports reporter, both married, were having an affair with each other. They found out it goes back 6 years. She has a 5-year-old child that she named Michael. His name is Michael.
This is two sports reporters, both wearing wedding rings, both went before the preacher and the Catholic priest, both signed the license, effing everyone. Monogamy will never get blamed for the rampant, disgusting life of people who say they have one wife. But polygamy is always on trial, all the time. And you better know it. And you, and you better act like you are representing something that is trying to be denigrated by sinners. So you go around the world and you show everyone we're having a good marriage. I don't know what you monogamous people are doing, except cheating on each other and going to buy strippers and molesting kids. Well, read the precept again I'm looking for. I'm sorry. How's it? Oh my God. Where did all these STDs come from all this monogamy? That's what blows my mind. Where's all this AIDS and gonorrhea coming from with these monogamous relationships that you are enjoying? No one blames you because you're the marriage of the world. So no one, critiques you, but we're constantly being critiqued. We're having excellent marriages in here. What are you doing? What do you have? What's the story you're going to be reading about? The broken boys. I accept someone. Oh, shit, here we go again. I'll get to them in 1 second. Well, that's what creates broken boys. These monogamous relationships with a mother who is going to leave you so she can have another monogamous relationship. And then another monogamous relationship. And then the brother said, I wanted to be with my father, not all these niggas coming in and out of my house all the time. I can already tell you what one of those men did to this brother. Can't you see it on him, right? Everyone sees it. I see it too much, and I know it the minute I can look at him. I know it because I've seen it so many times. As he's saying, I wanted my father, not all these niggas coming in and out the house. You know what happened when those men came in his house, right? You know what broke that boy. What broke him? What made the NBA mean nothing to him? What meant all the millions of dollars meant nothing because a broken boy cannot become a man. He's broken. And he knows what broke him. He knows what happened, right? What is more important than money? Give me the story about where where violence comes from. Most of us in our lives, if you're, I don't know what age you got to be for violence almost ruled your life. If you're from New York, if you're from Philadelphia, if you're from Trinidad, if you're from Jamaica, if you're from Haiti, if you're from Memphis, if you're from Texas, violence has been a centerpiece in your life. From what age, Akim? 13? Is that right, Zakar? What age in the Bronx did violence become like a centerpiece in your life? 13. 13 in the Bronx, violence is like the center of your life. Violence, right? For so many of us all around the country, Puerto Rico, the centerpiece of your life is violence. Here's what you might have thought your entire life. That the reason that violence is so integral in your life and your life is built around violence is because you're poor. That is not true. And that's important for the Michael Beasley story. That's important for your story. Go ahead and read it, please.
Colonel Khan, this is an article or excerpt from a book written by Barry Latzer, professor of criminal justice at CUNY.
This cat here studies this thing. This is his whole life, studying the numbers and the motivation for crime. Keep going.
Most violent crime is not motivated by economic issues at all. It is not motivated by money. It is motivated by anger.
By what?
By anger.
By what?
By anger.
You would think that because you grew up in a poor neighborhood, that's why you're killing. That's not what the numbers say. You're not robbing a bank and getting shot. Do you understand? You're not hijacking, a Brinks truck and getting shot. You're not robbing someone. When it comes to theft and crimes about stealing, they are motivated by poverty. Violent crime at large is not motivated by crime. You are shooting him because you're angry, because you have emotions that you don't know how to handle, that you cannot deal with. You got shot because this person bumped into you. You bumped into him. A look across a movie theater? An argument in a bar. An argument. Words said, fighting over some girl. These problems are not caused because you came up in a poor neighborhood. These problems are caused because you are a broken boy. You're broken. You can't handle conflict. You can't handle disagreements. You can't handle life because you're broken. The person that shot you can't handle not liking you, you being from that neighborhood and him being from this one, a disagreement. All of the gang violence in LA happened over a leather jacket. Go research that story. It is a ridiculous story. A leather jacket. That's it. That's all. Not some big, we were robbing banks together or we were selling drugs and he owed me money. Anger, retribution, right? A cycle of retribution. That's why you had violence. Please, the microphone you might need.
Disrespect.
That word, Zakar, give him a hand. Listen, just hearing the word gave me sickness in my stomach. To this day, let me confess something here since Zakar did this. To this day, I teach people never to say disrespect in a marriage. Don't say that. Because that word was the reason for so much evil. Just that. Nothing else. Just some perception of he disrespected me. It gives me a stomach ache. So right now, just now when I heard it, it still gives me a stomach ache to hear the term disrespect because it makes me sick over who I was because of that thing that seems so right to do because of disrespect. It wasn't about millions of dollars. It wasn't about getting rich. It wasn't about money. It was about disrespect, right? Because a broken boy can't become a man because he's broken. The study shows we're not fighting over money. We're fighting because we're broken and we can't handle emotions. We can't handle them. Now, if you please, Ephraim, I'm sorry.
How do you teach married couples to replace that verse?
Excellent question. I appreciate you for saying that. Instead of saying she disrespected me, my husband disrespected me, say she was unkind to me. He was unkind to me, right? Replace disrespect with a lack of compassion, a lack of caring, a lack of kindness, because respect is a fighting word. I have never heard anyone say, I'm fighting to respect you. I've never heard that in my life. Respect is what you fight to get. It's not what you give. You don't give respect. You make sure you get it. So you should never say, if you say to your wife, you disrespected me. Give me your wife's response. Come on. Come on. You're the one that disrespected me. You will never get respect by fighting because they disrespected you, because you don't respect people. You fight when they disrespect you. Here's what you have to say. That was cruel. That was cruel when you did that to me. So if you're a woman and your husband is kissing his other wife right in front of you, that's cruel. That's a cruel thing to do to a woman, Akim. God damn, the woman is sitting there, she's with you. You have another wife, and what do? Kiss all over one wife right in front of her? She's sitting there looking at it? That is unkind. That's cruel. Why do that to that woman now? Don't do that to her. That's unkind to do to her. Now, when she says to you, that was cruel. I mean, why would you kiss her like that right in front of me? That was unkind. Now you'll process that different than that was disrespectful when you kissed her in front of me. And you go, bitch, you disrespecting me right now. Now here we go. Come on, get on this shit here. At 3 a.m. Some brother in Texas called me at 3 a.m. with a crazy wife on the phone. I told him, don't ever call me with that lunatic again. He's watching this, and I want him to know. I'm talking about him. I sleep too. I don't know if y'all know that. You know, I get some sleep. I know it seems like I don't sleep, but I do. Right or wrong, just you know what I mean? Close my eyes a little bit, and let me tell you. And here's how evil it is. This happened yesterday. Yesterday, I'm telling one of my ribs, I said, man, I'm so tired. I said, I'm going to turn this phone off. I couldn't do it. I cannot turn this phone off. I can't. And I know I should turn this motherfucker off. I know I should. For at least 4 hours or something. I looked at that thing. I said, by the morning, there'll be 2 dead bodies laying somewhere. I didn't turn it off. Anyway, okay, violence is not caused because of our poverty. Let me tell you something about poor people. Poor people with morality will not hurt each other even in poverty. Even in poverty, we won't hurt each other. We'll be kind in poverty. And that's so important, because you might think that because you're poor, you have to wait until you're rich to not become violent. Well, your money is dependent on the white man's ending oppression. The straits of Hormuz are closed. So now you're going to be more poor. Spirit Airlines is about to shut down. Once the cheapest airline is closed, guess what happens, brothers and sisters? All the rest of them get more expensive, right? Both United says that they're going to need $15 billion in a year to pay for the hike in gasoline prices because of the Straits of Hormuz closing. The highest amount of profit that United has ever made in 1 year is $5 billion. So once that happens, everything gets more expensive, which means the poor get poorer and people that own gasoline get richer. So poverty is not in your control to change in so many cases. In so many cases, you can't change your neighborhood. You get 400,000 black women got fired in Washington, D.C. That wasn't up to them. AI is about to replace every driver, every truck driver is about to be replaced with a computer, with a robot. You can't fix that. You can't decide to change that. So if you're waiting for money to change your condition or to change your propensity to violence, that is not going to happen. Morality can. Poor man can have morality. That's in the Bible. A poor man can have a code of conduct that he will not break. A poor woman can say, I'm poor, but I will not sell my body. A poor woman can do that, brother. They've done it. A poor woman says, listen, I'm poor, so I'll go down, I'll get on welfare, I'll find a way. I'll wash clothes. I'll clean white people's goddamn houses. But I will not sell my body. A poor woman can have morality. You can have morality in the ghetto, in the barrio, on the reservation. In the ghetto, you can say, I won't sell myself. I won't prostitute myself. I won't sell drugs. I'll do what I have to do. I'll find a way to make my children eat. You don't need to have money to have morals. Our violence is not because we don't have money. Our violence is because we don't have morals. Now, once you get that realization, this is where you can make a giant jump in a revelation. Where have you gotten your morality from? Make the jump. Make the jump. You're in the ghetto, but you also go to church every Sunday. You're in the ghetto, but you also pray to your Jesus. You're in the ghetto, but you have the beads on. You're Catholic. Your morality comes from the most violent man in history. It's not because you're poor that you're violent. It's because your morality comes from a violent man. So now you're Christian and you still sell drugs. So does Donald Trump. So does Ronald Reagan. So does America. You're poor and you murder people. So does Donald Trump. So does Ronald Reagan. So does Andrew Jackson. Your morality is broken because your morality comes from a villain, a murderer. Levi. You're married to one wife. You have the ring. You have the piece of paper. You still molest your wife's son, your wife's daughter, right? You still go see prostitutes, but you have one wife. Your morality is why you commit murder and violent crimes, not your poverty. A criminologist did this research, and it's over 50 years. Anymore? Let me give you something else that happened. This is what give me the cell phones. This is what compounded the research. We had COVID, right? You have that one about the cell phones? After COVID, you know what happened? After COVID, and up to now, violent crime is down historically right now. It's down. The researchers went and did the research. You know what it comes from? Kids being on screens and cell phones and computers. Kids are just simply not outside anymore. So, and Zakar, we was outside. You know that, Josiah. Jesus Christ. You know that, Trinidad. You from Trinidad? Your brother right here. Where you from? Trinidad. You were outside in Trinidad where you're not. Yeesh. So was I, warrior. Give him a hand. Outside. Yeah, kids are not. Do you understand how easy it is to stop crime? Meaning they're not killing because they're going outside to rob trucks, to rob people for money. Kids just stay in the house because they're playing video games and on the phone. That is how simple it is to stop crime. You have that up?
Sir.
Please.
This is from Columbia University.
Mm-hmm.
A paper from Columbia economist Lena Edlin suggests that cell phones may have also helped slash U.S. murder rates in the 1990s.
Keep going.
They argue that the availability of cheap cell phones in the latter half of the 90s made it easier for drug dealers and their customers to arrange handoffs in discrete locations, therefore reduce the incentive for dealers to peddle their merchandise on street corners.
They went on, I'm sorry, I'm for time's sake, they went on and talk about kids on phones, kids in the house, kids on screens. And I read this and I go, my God, this is so easy to do if we weren't broken boys and broken girls. If we didn't go to church and get our morality from a murderer. Right. You simply could just be in the house on your phone, right? You simply could just have the type of morality that says, I will not allow myself to do this thing because it's wrong. Then you don't have to do it because you're not doing it for money anyway. You're not doing it to eat anyway. You're not doing it to pay your bills anyway. You're doing it because you're angry. You could find a way to control your anger if you had morality. Anything else, Ephraim, off the top? Next thing. Give a hand to Asher coming in the building, getting it on. Go ahead, get it on, warrior.
They had a vigil in Shreveport for the
here we go. This week, this brother was in Shreveport, Louisiana. How many was he an Israelite group? This brother in Shreveport, Louisiana? Was he a member of the ISUPK? Was he in any Israelite group? Was he a polygamist? Huh? No, he was not. He had one wife, 8 children with that one woman, right? Not like me with like, I don't know how many kids with everybody, right? He had 8 children with one wife. And then, of course, he was in Esau's military. He was a broken boy. It never became a man. He got angry. He got angry, emotional. That's right. And then he murdered his wife, the one, and he murdered all 8 of his children, all 8 of them, right? This wasn't about, he didn't get paid for it. Do you understand? He didn't get any money. This is him, all 8 of his kids, right? All 8 of his kids from the rib. They're gone, right? They're gone. And it's a terrible, terrible tragedy. And it is common. It is all the time. And people try to research it and wonder if it's something wrong with Black people, something wrong with Hispanics. It's not. And now we know it has nothing to do with being poor because he didn't do it for money. He didn't do it for money. He did it because he is a broken boy. That same brother, that basketball player, you see him on that video crying, bring him back up on the screen. He was crying. He could barely keep himself together on Shannon Sharp's couch. Shannon Sharp could care less about this brother. First of all, he's in the wrong place. This is why Commanding General Yohanna sends Tazaryak out here. You know what Michael Beasley needs? Captain Tazaryak. That's who he needs. And Commanding General Yohanna is going to find a way to send Captain Tazaryak to basketball players, the football players, and the team that works with Captain Tazaryak, because these brothers who are basketball players and rappers, they need Tazaryak. He's on Shannon Sharp's couch out, pouring out his heart for help. Shannon Sharp is such a selfish white woman-loving bastard. He could care less. And this poor brother is pouring out his heart. Why? Because he wants help. He wants someone to help him. Now, you see this brother talking about his childhood? Michael Beasley has 7 children of his own. You know what's going to happen, right? You know what's next? Michael Beasley's children are going to ruin their lives. They're going to cry. They're going to get on drugs and ruin their lives because his children will never become men. They'll become broken boys. His daughters will be broken girls. And this is this cycle. It goes on forever. Some broken girl trying to be a mother when she's a child. She's selfish. Is this not the main attribute of children? Selfishness. Right. Does your baby care that you're up all night and you're tired? Baby doesn't care. Your baby wants you to get up. Feed them. Give them their bottle. Give them the breast. Your child is crying until they get what they want. A baby doesn't care about a baby wants to eat. A baby wants to drink. A baby wants their diaper changed. Here's the problem, sweetness. You're a mother and you are as selfish as a child. All you care about is what you want. You want to go out, so you give your child to your mother. You want to be with other men, so you cheat on your husband. You're angry at your man, so you leave him, and you have a parade of countless men in your child's life. Why? Because this mother is a broken girl trying to raise children. You are supposed to be a man, but you're not, because of course you were molested and hurt, and all you care about is the pain you feel, how you're suffering. Michael Beasley has 7 kids. What was he talking about on this show? My mom, my dad, how I was hurt as a child. He has 7 children. I can guarantee you those 7 kids are not his priority. What's his priority? His childhood. How he was hurt. Oh, my mom never did this and my daddy never did this. That is a man with 7 children. He has never grown. He's frozen in time when his trauma happened. How is he going to raise those kids? He's not. You are. That's the point of this school. This school teaches morality to a race of people that have none, because our morality comes from Christianity and white people and murderers. If you want to stop violent crime, you know how you could stop 65% of them? Stop white people from committing suicide. The majority of gun violence is white men that shoot themselves. Do you have that, Ephraim? That's the majority of all gun deaths. Do you think I'm making this up? You know I'm not. Please.
We do have Shreveport.
Give Shreveport a hand. Shreveport, are you there?
Sir, shalom. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbat.
Thawada for coming in tonight, Shreveport. If you don't mind, I just wanted everyone to hear your firsthand knowledge of the terrible tragedy that happened in Shreveport, Louisiana. Can you please explain it to everyone and what you know about it and your involvement with helping the people down there?
Sir, the brother who committed this, atrocious act, that brother had got caught dealing with another woman, and he was going through a divorce. He was closely in contact with the VA, dealing with his mental issues and things of that nature. They had just released him before he did that act, like a couple of weeks before he committed that crime. It was said that he told his wife that he unalived, that if she ever left him, he was going to unalive her and all of the kids. He told that to her about 3 years back. So that came out, and well, the brother did it, and of course the community is very saddened by what happened. They held a vigil, and myself and Officer 1000 Itazab went out there, shook hands with the politicians that showed up, and of course showed support and love, to the family for their loss. Look at those pictures, and I see the babies' faces. It's rough. It's rough to hear about the story. It's rough to see it, to see the people, and to know that something like that happened right here, in Shreveport, Louisiana.
And how small of a community is it, Doc? Like the neighborhood that this happened in, are you familiar with that neighborhood?
Sir. Yeah, this is a very small neighborhood where they split up into the east and the west, and this side was the west side, and it's a very small neighborhood, sir.
And if you could tell everyone about what it was like when you went to that community meeting.
It was very sad. Everybody had heavy hearts. It was little children out there, children that may have, went to school with them. It was very, very sad to see very sad atmosphere, sir.
I'm so sorry for your loss, brother. I'm so sorry something like that had to happen so close to your children, so close to your wife. My condolences to you, brother, and the brothers and sisters down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. And just so you know, this school is built to save the lives of the people you see every day. You understand, Ak?
So that was my initial thought. Like, what if I had met that brother or knew that brother and something? I know we are equipped with the things that our brothers and sisters need to be able to, avoid situations like the one that happened.
Yeah, man. That's such a terrible thing, Ak. It's a horrible thing. And that's why Commandant General Yohana made sure that the Israelite School of UPK would never die, would never fall. Right. Because our people, unlike what you might think, we don't need to switch our neighborhoods to stop violence. We can live here in these projects, in these tenements, and it'd be beautiful. We could help each other. We could know a lady down the hall doesn't have food, and we all come together and feed her. We could know that these children don't have anybody to watch them during the day. And we could all kick in and say, we'll take care of the kids. We'll look after them. We'll make sure that they have food. The Latinos have provided for us all with food. We all have food because of the Latinos. We all have it. We can make sure that they eat. We can make sure that someone is watching over them while their mother is at work. We could look after this poor brother right here. We could help out. We don't need to be rich to be righteous. We don't need to be rich to be righteous. We could be here in these neighborhoods and they could be a paradise. We could do it, Doc. We could do it if we just had morals that did not come from church, morals that don't come from Christianity, morals that are far above the people that oppressed us. We don't need money, brother. We just need each other. We need to care for one another. And stories like this are going to become commonplace because you know what actually this story in Shreveport is, where a man kills all of his children, where a man kills his wife. This had a term when I was coming in the truth in 95. You know what we would call it out in the street? We would call it a family annihilator. How many speakings did I do under Commander General Yohana in 97, where I would crush white people saying, you profile black men, we're going to profile you because you are a family annihilator. You are a serial killer. We used to cut white people because back then, no black or Latino ever did a mass murder. We never killed our children or our family. We never shot up a school. We never killed everyone in the mall. We were not serial killers. So much so, there was a story called the Atlanta child murders. There was a black man that killed all these children in Atlanta. It went on forever because the FBI could not believe that a black person did it. That is a true story. That is how infrequent black people would ever kill children, would ever kill their family. The murders in Shreveport are the obvious eventual effect of assimilation. We've assimilated into America. Now we're going to become mass murderers. Now we're going to shoot up malls and schools and kill our children. Now we're family annihilators. Don't you see? The minute we worship that white Jesus and took him into our heart and began to get rid of our culture and our heritage and take on white culture and white heritage, this was inevitable. This is the product of assimilation. Now we are family annihilators. Now we're just like him. Now it's happened. This was always going to happen. This was the end result of your desperation to be like white people. You see, you knew you wanted to be like white people, to dress like them, to look like them, to have sex with their wife, to live in their neighborhood, to drive their cars. What you didn't know is that the pleasure you received from assimilation was going to cause the pain that you will receive from assimilation. Now we're here. Now we're mass murderers. Now we're serial killers. Now we're family annihilators. This was avoidable, and this is correctable. You understand me? We can correct this because it's not about money. I can't open up the Straits of Hormuz. I can't lower the gas prices, but I can teach a poor family to be righteous in the face of their poverty. That I can do. That we can do. We can fix this problem in Shreveport. You understand, warrior?
Sir.
To be more accurate, you can fix this problem in Shreveport. Do you understand? Entiendo?
Damn right, I don't want.
All right. So, lo entiendes? I mean, do you understand?
Sir.
All right, we shall see. Because now it's up to you. Now you see how void of leadership Shreveport, Louisiana is. They need you, Uck. They need you, and their lives are in danger until you lead that community. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right. What else? The water warrior, is there anything else you wanted to say?
Say if I could.
Please.
Precinct Officer 5000, Matabar, his wife, Sister Nazim Mana, she rung the bell today. She beating the hell out of cancer. And I had to make sure I say that.
Damn right.
So shout out to them, sir.
What's her name again? Nataza, what?
Nazim Mana.
Say it again.
Nazam Mana.
Nazam Mana. Nazam Mana. Is that right?
Sir.
Oh, she's proving her love for her brothers and sisters today.
Damn right.
Her love. You know what that sister had to go through to ring that bell? Terrible treatment. Most people say that the cure for cancer is worse than the cancer. That's what they say. Because the cure is terrible. The cure is terrible. The sister Nadia, give Nadia a hand, went through the same thing. She called me one day and said she went to pick up a spoon to feed herself. Couldn't get it to her mouth. Got right here. Couldn't get it to her mouth. She got up every day and did it again. And went back in there and took that medication again. And Nazam has shown that she loves us. Nadia has shown that she loves us. She knows we can't do without her. We can't lose you. We'd be devastated to lose you. Do you see what Shreveport is going through? Do you see how terrible death is and loss is and grief is when you lose someone you love? Do you see what happened to the disciples when they lost Jesus Christ? How they're eating every meal, remembering him. Because that's how terrible loss is. That's how terrible grief is. Why would you do that to someone for no reason? The sister Nazam is taking her chemotherapy, going through her chemotherapy was called the Red Devil chemo. That's not a mistake. They're naming that. Do you understand? Right. It's called Red Devil chemo. It is horrific. It is terrible. Most people would rather just have cancer. I am not making that up. They get through it and they say, I'll just what? Give me the term I've heard too many times, which makes me want to jump through the phone. I will just ride it out. Anyone that is saying they will just ride it out does not love me, and don't call me again because you don't love me if you will ride it out, because I won't be able to ride it out when I lose you. Nazam, Nadia, other sisters, you've proven your love. You've proven it. Now let us prove ours. Now let's prove ours. I pray you understand. Por tu entendimiento. Anything else?
Live, sir. That's it. The water for having me, sir.
The water to you, warrior. Clap it up again for the brother. Oro por tu entendimiento. Oro por tu entendimiento. All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
An announcement is made.
Go ahead.
I just want to make sure I understand. You're alleging that the Southern Poverty Law Center was paying the leaders of KKK and other groups to continue their operations? Is that?
I'm not alleging it. The grand jury returned an indictment that says that. And so what the investigation found, according to the indictment that was returned today, is that they were paying. So Southern Poverty Law Center is raising money, asking folks to give them money to dismantle racism. And over a very long period of time, they were using some of the money they raised from donors to pay to, they call them field, basically to informants.
Basically to what? Did everyone hear that? Read it one more time. Let's just rewind the
basically to informants.
Read one more time.
To informants.
Basically to what again?
Basically to informants.
That's what you need to understand. If you want to understand the Southern Poverty Law case, you need to understand two things. First of all, the Israelite School of UPK has been oppressed by the Southern Poverty Law since the Barack Obama administration. When Barack Obama was president, right? The Southern Poverty Law magazine put our face on the front of their magazine through Captain Shapar Napash. Give him a hand. Oh, here you go. We venerate it every year. Captain Shapar Napash. Brother, if you were in the truth at this time, the phone was ringing off the hook saying, oh, y'all niggas going to jail. I remember that. I remember I was in Harlem, and some cat who left the truth years ago saw me, and he said, did you see Southern Poverty Law thing? They got y'all picture up there on the side. I said, what are you talking about? You on the website? Y'all better cool it. Y'all better. I said, what are you talking about? What are you even talking about? And brother, everyone said, you are going to jail. The government is after you. They were terrified. For those of you out there that don't quite have the stomach that One West has, we glorified in this. We loved this. I remember being so happy about this. I remember going, call me outside. Woo! I loved this so much. And every fake Israelite, they were afraid for us, scared for us, because this is the United States government. This is the FBI, the CIA, the president. And this was when Barack Obama was in the White House. Barack Obama did this to us. Later on, I think, right in 2008 years ago, I'm on a goddamn airplane, and I'm on the airplane traveling. You know how small the airplane is. 4 seats over, I'm sitting in the airplane, and the white man gets on with a baseball cap and sunglasses and said, the stewardess says, "What's your name?" He says, "My slave name." Do you understand? He says, "My name is blah, blah, blah. I'm John Smith." I went just like that. I said, "Damn, you and me." That's a big coincidence. He sits in front of me. Literally, I do this. Imagine this is him. This is serious. I said, I'm sitting right behind him. I said, brother, he went like this. He did not move. You've been on an airplane before if you have. I'm in between the seat. I go, "Hey, what's up?" He says, just like that. The plane lands. I stand in front of him, closer than Ephraim and I are. And I go, he acts like I am not there. The whole time. I get off the plane. I call Commandant General Yana. I was going to North Carolina at the time. Brother, they were all over us. Forget about the FBI came to our school in Detroit. FBI couldn't leave Tazaryak alone. He couldn't get it. He couldn't get any peace. Tazaryak, he come in his house. Tazaryak, remember the time Tazaryak called me? He said, "Yes, sir, Homeland Security, they on the couch right now in my house." In his house, on the couch. In Detroit, in Philadelphia. Brother, they were all over us. Who was the president? Barack Obama. That's who was president. Because you know why? This is how disgusting the government is and disgusting the Southern Poverty Law is. When Barack Obama was in college, the UPK cut him on the street. It's in his biography. Do you have the video? It's all over the internet. This bastard never forgot it. Became president and specifically tried to stop us. It's in his biography. It's in the movie about his biography. This effing Hamite hated us so much because we made him look stupid on a street corner. While he was head of Harvard, the Harvard Law Review. He was so smart. He was so impeccable. And he met one West on the street, and we made him look stupid. You know that mother effer punished us for it when he became president. Do you have it? Play the video for him. This happened. This happened. When you get it, let me know. Please, that's it.
Oh, that's from the movie Barry, right?
Yeah. It's from his book. It's in his book. And why even put it in his book? Do you understand? Tazaryak, this was such, these rich so-called black people are, they're so proud. Right. And he was astonished that niggers and spicks from the ghetto were smarter than him. He put it in his biography, and then they put it in the movie. 10 minutes of his life, 5 minutes of his life. This man was a senator. Asher. Asher, it must have been special. It must have been amazing. Ephraim, go ahead.
Also could be Christian. I mean, get people that I used to be mad at shit from the 90s.
Give him a hand. That's fun. I know what you mean, Ephraim. You never let it go. You can't. You're right. You're right. Let me play the video. You're right, Ephraim. Salakia, 1 second for time. Go ahead.
Children of God across the globe.
Hey, I ain't no devil. This is not the words of Jesus Christ.
Shut your mouth, cave bitch. Yes, you are a cave bitch. Do you know what Jesus Christ called the white woman in the Bible? The female dog. And what is a female dog? Don't be afraid to say it, brother. That's right. A bitch. That's what Jesus Christ called you in the Bible.
How come you're using the King James Bible?
What?
Why that edition?
I thought King James was a white devil.
It's King James right here. Take a good look. He looks like Billy D. Williams, if you ask me.
If you say so, brother.
Now you might ask, how did the lost tribe of Israel become lost?
That's the gospel, Akim. That's the gospel. That angered the college student so much that he followed us around the country and made us, what does it say right here? Ready for war, the racist fringe of the growing Black Hebrew Israelite movement is becoming more militant. Because he saw one Weststock and we were under Commander General Yohana by then. Ooh, we had a stomach for war. We still have it. We haven't changed at all. See, this is what the Democrats did to us. And let me tell you how beautiful the Lord is. The Bible says that Egypt shall fight Egypt. This was allowed. There was no indictment over this. Do you know right now there's a class action suit because of countless Black people that have been oppressed and vilified by the Southern Poverty Law program, and they're Black. And they're Black men, former Black police officers. There's a class action lawsuit that the Israelite School of UPK is a part of. We joined it under Captain Kahan. Give Captain Kahan Thumyad a hand. Captain Kahan Thumyad called Commander General Yohana, brother, found the lawyers, and we joined the class action lawsuit because we are being oppressed by the Southern Poverty Law report. And it's been going on for years, and class action lawsuits take a long time. There was no indictment. There was no one that gave a damn. Come on.
You know how many times them prevented us from getting resources to feed the community, provide for the community, all because of them having us on their
This has made it so difficult for us to feed the poor since Barack Obama. And guess what we've done since Barack Obama? Feed the poor every week. We still feed the poor. We still do. You understand? Because we have morals, we don't let our lack of resources stop us from feeding people. We find a way to do it. Well, guess what happened? Now, Donald Trump is the president who is a stinking, disgusting, hateful pig. He is Pharaoh that does not care that the Israelites are the reason he eats. Donald Trump is angry because the Southern Poverty Law is now infiltrating the Ku Klux Klan and racist white hate groups and January Sixers. And the Southern Poverty Law system is paying informants to infiltrate white supremacist groups. You are not allowed to infiltrate white supremacist groups. You're not allowed to stop the Ku Klux Klan. Donald Trump indicted the Southern Poverty Law system because they were trying to stop the Ku Klux Klan, because they were trying to stop white hate groups. They were indicted for paying informants who were Ku Klux Klan members to stop the Ku Klux Klan. It is Egypt fighting Egypt. They were completely allowed to destroy Black people, Hispanic people. No one got indicted. Then they went to stop the Ku Klux Klan. Donald Trump is in full support of the Ku Klux Klan. So now he's going to punish them and indict them for doing what the FBI has always done to Black people. How in the hell do you think they stopped the Black Panthers? They stopped the Black Panthers with paid informants. They stopped Marcus Garvey with paid informants. Paying informants is COINTELPRO. It is the tool of the government to stop Black so-called radical groups since Marcus Garvey. It is legal. It is allowed. But it's not allowed when you're talking about the Ku Klux Klan and white hate groups. The Southern Poverty Law system did the one thing that they were not allowed to do: actually fight racist white groups. They tried to do it, and now they're being indicted for it. Ephraim.
So we got multiple comments from the school talking about how because of the Southern Poverty Law Center, we haven't been able to connect with food banks in Baltimore and Philly because of that.
What they're saying is correct. Now, ask yourself this question to understand America. Why are they being indicted now? That's all you need. We're not able to go out and feed people the way we want to, and we feed white people on the street. We feed them. We feed everyone regardless of race. We're not able to with ease. Why are they being indicted? The Southern Poverty Law System was it Southern Poverty Law what? What is it? Center was established. Its headquarters is in Alabama for a reason, because the whole point of it was to stop lynchings, was to stop groups like the Ku Klux Klan during the time of lynching. They became a group that just simply did the will of the president. That's it, which is why they began to target Black groups and Latino groups and targeted the Israelite School of UPK. They did not get indicted for this. That's all you have to understand. This should have caused an indictment. Why in the hell is a group in Alabama started in the South to stop lynching? Why are they focused on us when we are an oppressed group? We're an afflicted demographic. Why are they focused on us? No indictment. It was fine. No one stopped them because the Southern Poverty Law, what's the name of it? Center, finally began to try to stop the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacists. That is not allowed here. Not for the next 4 years. That is not allowed. Asher.
This will potentially lead to opening of the other possible money laundering and wire fraud.
Come on now. Let's find out. Let's see. Donald Trump is an idiot. And so I don't know if he even can pull it off, because most of his court cases fail because he's so dumb. But this much you know. This did not cause an indictment from a group set up to defend Black people. That was the point of the group, to defend Black people. They began to oppress Black people and to stop us from feeding the poor. This did not cause an indictment. When they infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan, they got indicted. That's America, brothers. They got indicted when they actually went and paid informants in the Ku Klux Klan to stop the Klan. They got indicted then. Egypt fighting Egypt. Oppressors fighting oppressors. Hazahab. Please. Please. Microphone if you need it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please.
It says, this is Google AI. It says, estimates suggest, I asked Google how many African Americans now identify as Hebrew Israelites today. And it says, estimates suggest that roughly 9% of African Americans identify as Hebrew Israelites, with up to 26% believing in the core tenet that Black people are descendants of the Asian Israelites. Based on a 2020 U.S. Census data, this could equate to approximately 1.6 million African Americans.
Ooh-wee. The harvest is plenteous. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. You know what that means? That number has a hob? Every one of you captains out here, this is the season where Commander General Yohana is going to make new captains. You can make new 13,000s. You better show your worth out here. Because according to Hazahab, I think he just said about 9 million people believe Hebrew Israelites. Well, how much, sorry? 1.6 million believe they're Hebrew Israelites. What in the F are you doing in here not going and getting them? Go get them. Go get them. We've surely suffered enough. We've been oppressed enough. You brothers, you 5,000 upper management brothers, upper management is considered 5,000 in the UPK. If you want to get even higher, go get the 1.6 million people that know they're Israelites, but they're not in this school. Where are they? It's your obligation to go get them. If you don't get them soon, they're going to kill their children. Anything else? That's it? With that, pass the class over to Priest Officer Hazahab.
Yes, sir. Sister Ashley Garcia, front and center for the show. Yes, I'll start. Okay. Right. Please. It's all right. So it's just Ashley here, right? Been in the school for a long time, right? Been in class for like over a year and a half, right? Right. And we've been proving her sincerity to the school, right? She has proven her sincerity to the school, right? Right, definitely, right? And she's no longer gonna be named the name that the world has named her, right? Her name today, going forward, the name of Yahushua is gonna be Thamaya, right? Thamaya, which means sincere. All right. Put the oil on her head, right? And get her a razor.
That sounds great. I wish you would goddamn it approve. Who yet?
Headquarters. I'm gonna try with beef. We're gonna see a prayer up here. We're not gonna say anything. When I point to you, you're gonna say the name Thamaya 3 times. Thamaya, right? Okay. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Where Shamarka.
Where Shamarka.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Pun Yahweh.
Pun Yahweh.
Alaka.
Alaka.
Where Kanka.
Where Kanka.
Yasha'a.
Yasha'a.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Pun Yahweh.
Pun Yahweh.
Alaka.
Alaka.
Where Shamlaka.
Where Shamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
Magan.
Magan. Thamaya. Bashim Yahushai.
Bashim Yahushai.
Duwada Aman.
Duwada Aman. Pum Yashala.
Pum Yashala. And if I could, brothers, if you could imagine with the brothers, imagine Shabbat, imagine. Judgmental, we're gonna shout to the sisters. We're gonna give a credit to the sisters. Imagine we take the stand, right? Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh. Judgmental, that's dismissed.